Are you ready to live your dream? Motivation, inspiration, and passion. That's what it takes to make dreams come true. Welcome to the Nadia Sahari Show. Our guests will share important tips, insights, and knowledge to help you fulfill your dreams of success. Here's your host, actress, author, entrepreneur, Nadia Sahari.
Hello, hello, hello. I am your host, Nadia Sahari, with the Nadia Sahari Show. And I am so excited today to introduce one of my best friends. And she is incredible, awesome, amazing, everything you can imagine. She is a very famous songwriter. She's written songs for Michael Jackson, for the Jackson 5, Tom Jones, Connie Francis, Electric Prunes, many, many, many artists that had big hits because of Annette Tucker. But I want to tell you a little bit about Annette Tucker before we continue, just to give you a little bit about her bio. She was born in Los Angeles. She's an inspiring songwriter. She met El Hazan, who is a musician and songwriter. Together they wrote Stick Around. Annette recorded later, and it's on YouTube, I believe, so you can even listen to it. And she also sang, and she's amazing. She writes lyrics and music. It was released as a single, and we're talking about Stick Around, by Piper Records in Los Angeles in 1962. However, she claimed to become a songwriter rather than a singer, but she can sing. And the following year, she introduced herself to the 4-Star Music Company on Sunset Boulevard with some songs that she had written. They were so impressed, they teamed up with her. She was joined with another songwriter, Nancie Mantz, and the first song they wrote together, She's Something Else, was recorded by Freddie Cannon and was released as a single in 1965. The same year, she co-wrote with Mantz and another 4-star writer, Jill Jones, A Coming Generation, which became the B-side of the Knickerbockers' hit, Lies. She's written so many things, it's incredible. You got to look her up. She's on Wikipedia. So now, without further ado, let me introduce to you my friend, my sweet, sweet friend, Annette Tucker. Welcome to the Nadia Sahari Show.
Hi, Nadia.
Hi, honey. How are you?
I'm real good. How are you?
I am fabulous because I'm speaking to you and I have you on my show. I'm thrilled.
Oh, you're so sweet. You know what? I should be interviewing you because, I think of you all the time and I smile when I think about what you did and how important you became in Hollywood, and nobody can know unless they kind of watched you, but you came over here from a small town in Texas. Uh-huh. You didn't know anybody, and you invented yourself. You started, I don't know how you even did it, Nadia. You never even told me how you did it, but pretty soon you were going to all these parties. You had all these gorgeous clothes because I met you when you first started doing this. You lived in my building.
Yes.
So I used to see the limousine coming to pick you up in your gorgeous, gorgeous long dresses, and you were going to the Academy Awards, and you were going to all these functions and all these stars parties. Yes. You were absolutely amazing, and I couldn't believe how you did that. I don't know. How did you do that?
I don't know. Is this show about me right now?
And well, you know what? I was just thinking about you the other day because I tell everybody what you did. Like, I couldn't believe it. You've got pictures with all these celebrities. Uh-huh. You were everywhere. You were in all the papers. And remember when we celebrated this 100th birthday of this famous man that had a screening room, and I had you come in and be Marilyn Monroe.
Yes.
And sit on his lap and sing happy birthday, and the Beverly Hills Courier came and photographed that and everything, and you were so good. Oh, my God. Yes. And it was like everywhere, every great party, every Academy Award party, there was Nadia. It was amazing. And your beautiful clothes. And I used to go shopping with you. And you would get all these beautiful gowns and jewelry. And, oh, my God, I could never get over what you did. Anyway, I said my piece.
Well, thank you so much. I appreciate it very much. I'm getting invited to them all the time, but I'm being very selective. And I still love it, of course. But, I have to buy a new dress all the time. So I thought, well, maybe I'll be a little more selective. But I do enjoy it. And I have hundreds of shoes, high heels, glittery and non-glittery. And it was fun. And it was fun to be with you and to do all those things with you. We had a great time. We went to Directors Guild and we saw all the famous movies before they went public. It was wonderful.
Oh, we saw all the movies. And then we had so much fun on Christmas.
Yes.
And making that Christmas video. Oh, my God.
Yes.
We never stopped laughing.
Yes, that was fun. That was fun. And I did Lorraine's show on cable TV. And
yes.
We did a lot of things. And we went out to Beverly Hills all the time and had dinner and lunch. And
fun. There was no one that's much fun as you except Lorraine, my other friend Lorraine.
Yes, she's adorable. And so you've been busy working on writing songs for a movie that's being produced. Michael Adrian.
The Adrian Group,
him.
yes.
So tell us a little bit about that and what you've been doing.
Well, so far I've written 6 songs, but it's going to be a story that's going to have mostly music in it, and the music's going to tell a lot of the story. I liked the story. It was about a lady pilot before our time anyway, when lady pilots were not, there weren't a lot of them that were flying. It was mostly a man's world. And this one woman decided that's what she loved to do, and she was going to do it. And she was obsessed with the excitement and the golden age. She was in the golden age of flying, where flying was like going to a party. Everyone dressed up, and they served gourmet food and champagne, and it was like an event. Wow. It was like a party, like I said.
Yeah.
And anyway, she didn't get that kind of a job to start with as being a pilot. She kind of was a flunky, and it's just her story of how she got to be the pilot and how she met the love of her life, who was also dedicated to flying. And the idea of this whole story is, can you have it all?
Yes.
Should you give up your dream for love?
Oh, that's a good question.
That is a good question. I don't know.
I don't know.
I don't know either.
But you have been writing songs for many, many years. And let's talk about you a little while here. You have been writing songs for how long now?
Oh, I feel like I've been doing it all my life. Well,
pretty much.
I guess from the 60s.
Uh-huh.
I started in the 60s, and I was very lucky. I've had a very amazing career and have met a lot of interesting people. If I had it to do over again, I'd do the same thing again.
Tell us who you wrote songs for. We know that you wrote a lot of songs for a lot of famous people.
Well, I was under contract to Motown, and I have some Michael Jackson songs that I did with Kathy Wakefield, and I have Tom Jones and Sonny and Cher and the Brady Bunch and Rick Nelson and the Knickerbockers and I guess did I say Frank Sinatra?
Nope.
Frank and Nancie Sinatra.
Wow.
I went from one kind of song to another kind of song, and was under contract to a lot of the different publishers, Shapiro Bernstein, Warner Brothers, as I said, Motown, Don Costa, and I just had a great time. It's been great, and I haven't stopped, and you don't have to stop.
No, you don't.
You keep going, and your brain keeps getting better, and you keep getting more experience, and
That's
you
right.
learn more as you go, and never, ever, ever stop doing your passion.
That's right. And you wrote a hit song for Electric Prunes.
Oh, I forgot to mention my number one song.
Yes, I remind
Well, my
you.
number one song was in Italy, actually, called "I Ain't No Miracle Worker."
Okay.
That was my big one, and I had "Too Much to Dream." Well, I had a lot of "Too Much to Dream" was still a classic hit. Those two are still being played and commercials on and put in movies and things. I have all these different songs that were on the easy listening charts, and maybe didn't go to number one, but always appeared somewhere. But I just say to anybody out there, you get better, you learn more, and you keep saying, oh, my God, this is interesting.
Yes.
I didn't know that. It's just really a fun thing to do.
It is. It really is.
And keeps the brain going.
Yes, and I try to do that. I've written so many things here and there, and I need to compile them and see what I can find out and send them to you and see if we can do something. We're going to take a short break, and we'll be right back, Annette, so don't go away. Okay, we're back with Annette Tucker, famous songwriter, composer, lyricist. She's amazing. She's still writing, and she's had many, many hit songs. And I want to tell everyone, I want you to tell everyone, I'm not going to tell them, you're going to tell them, how did you begin songwriting?
Just one of these fluky things. I was always a musical, always had. I could play by ear, and I was always in little shows in grammar school, and so I was always involved. But then I, didn't think about it anymore. Got married, and I did all sorts of other little things. But unfortunately, I got in an automobile accident that laid me up for months. And next door to me, there was a girl that wrote songs. And she was a singer, and I used to hear her. And I had a little piano because my husband at that time bought me a piano because he was so impressed with the fact that I could play any song I heard on the piano, that he bought me a little piano. So I listened to her, and one day I started writing little songs. and they're kind of funny little songs because now that I think of how I presented those songs and how the publisher must have said, "Oh my God, she's writing show tunes," because that's what I was brought up on, show tunes. But by accident, someone knocked on my door, and he was going to the girl next door, and he thought I was the one he was going to. And I don't know, we started talking, and he was a songwriter. And I said, I'm just starting to write songs. So he said, "Show me what you have." And so I did, and he said, "You probably don't know what the top 40 is, but you have something about you makes me think you have talent. Let's write some songs together." So we did, and we got them all cut,
Wow.
every one of them.
That's fabulous.
And then I recorded a little song that we wrote. Someone signed me to a little small record label. I mean, all this, when I look back on it, makes me laugh. The song didn't do anything. The company didn't do anything. But we had a top arranger that he hired to do the arrangement. And, Nadia, I still have the song.
Oh.
It's on my song list.
Oh. What is it called?
Stick Around.
Stick Around. Ah, that is cool.
Anyway, from there, I kind of like met other people. It's a question of meeting people.
Yes.
And I got to 4-Star Music and auditioned for them, and they said, "You show great promise. We're going to introduce you to some of our writers." And I was lucky enough to meet Nancie Mantz. Wow. And she's the one that I wrote I Had Too Much to Dream with, and we got records right away. We got so many songs. Oh, can't tell you. Everybody cut our songs.
That's wonderful. That was your destiny. That was your destiny.
That was my destiny, and I never stopped.
That's right.
I taught songwriting also, and I still teach, Nadia.
Yes, I know you do.
I still have students that come in.
Yes.
Or they call me, and I review their songs, and so I'm still active, and I'm never going to stop. I have no reason to stop.
No, why should you? Why should you? Well, let me ask you, what valuable advice would you give the listeners that are out there who want to pursue the dream or a career in songwriting like you have?
Never give up, even though at this time it's very difficult to get to anybody. When you write a song, you can put it on CD Baby or one of those song places where they play your song and send it out to some of the stations, and you never know who will hear what you did and ask who you are. Mm-hmm. And call and want to hear more of your songs. You never know. Never give up your dream. That's like a simple statement, but it's true. It's true.
Yes, it is. And is there anything that I forgot to ask or have not asked that we should all know about you?
That I'm available to write.
Yes,
and I'm available to teach anybody that wants to know what to do. I taught at UCLA, and I ran an ASCAP workshop. I know the formula of writing a hit song, and once you know that formula, then you can go off on your own and do what you want to do. But it's like taking painting lessons. You need to know the basics of painting, and then you can go off and do whatever you want to do. But there are basic things to know.
That's right. And you are a fabulous teacher because you taught me all that stuff. And I have to just put it on paper and start writing, and I need to get all this clutter out of my life and get going here.
And not only that, Nadia, but remember the recording session where you recorded?
Yes.
And you have a good voice.
Yes.
And you need to continue that.
I do. And I am doing that. I'm taking voice coaching right now. And I've been doing that for years. One of these days I'll start doing that again as well.
Good for you.
Yeah, and stop some things. But I do need to continue.
Yeah, that's why I admire you so much, because you want to do something and you do it.
Yeah, I do.
And that's wonderful.
Thank you. And you're wonderful. And I thank you so much for being on my show and sharing everything, your history, your life, and your love, and everything that you've done in your life. You've been a successful person, and it's wonderful. And I'm just honored to know you and have you as my friend. And I love you with all my heart.
Oh, Nadia, I feel the same way about you. And remember, I admire you, too. You forgot what you did, too, and what you are doing.
Thank you.
I think it's wonderful. So we have a mutual admiration society here.
Yes, yes, we do. And we truly do love each other from the heart. And it's not, it's not just
heart.
because we're on the radio, but we do truly love each other, and we respect each other. And
that's right.
And we respect the talents of each other. And
that's right.
I love it. I love it. Thank you so much, Annette.
You're welcome, Nadia.
Thank you.
Take care.
God bless you. Thank you.
Thanks for tuning in with Nadia and her guests. For more info, episodes, and connection, please visit our website, thenadiasaharishow.com. Share episodes with your friends. Follow us on Spotify, iHeartRadio, iTunes, Instagram, and most importantly, never give up. Live your dream.